I think I got it right that time. I was texting the BOY, and he's like, "Yeah, Dad, you really do need me there, don't you?" I do. Oh, Jay Peckham, he's selling chuck-a-pucks. Oh, here, let's get him on camera so he doesn't feel left out. You recognize that face, chuck-a-pucks? Right. Yeah, get up off your couch, come down here, buy a chuck-a-puck. There you go. Okay, that's enough of Jay Peckham. St. Francis Advocates are the chuck-a-puck recipients here today. Boy, speaking of chuck and pucks, what the chuck?
Yeah.
14 shots on goal for Windsor to our 7, so they're out shooting us. And the score 1-0 right now. And they just can't stay out of the penalty box.
No.
What do we have, four or five penalties
4 for
in
sure.
that period?
A lot of hooking, a couple cross-checking. And very undisciplined penalties. Sarnia Sting came out not, in my eyes, playing their best or to their fullest potential. They were very undisciplined in a lot of aspects of the game, and they were acting shocked when they got a penalty. Meanwhile, I was just sitting there shaking my head. I'm like, can these guys play any worse? Like, they came out pretty bad in the first.
First period's never been their favorite period for sure, but that's not really an excuse for not. Windsor was just skating around. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're here to talk about the Sarnia Sting, but it's just it's been frustrating, and we go back. There's that word again.
Frustration.
Frustration for us to talk about it, but in the locker room right now, what's the conversation? Do you think? I don't know how much you say when you go back into the locker room. You know, I've heard Brad Staubitz before say, well, I don't know, do you yell, do you give the motivational speech or whatever? He said, but I know at the end of the day, he says, guys, you know what you need to be doing, so just get your head in the game.
Yeah, get your head in the game and keep your stick on the ice and skate your ass off. Windsor, on the other hand, they look okay. Like, you could tell they're not playing to their fullest potential.
Well, honestly,
they missed a lot of. They should have taken a lot of shots when they had the opportunity. Realistically, it should be like 4 or 5-0 right now for Windsor. They're not playing to their fullest potential at all.
I'd have to agree with that too, because they just even when they had the power play against us, they just sort of la-di-da. You know what I mean? They were just kind of around. They didn't move too fast. When the puck went back down the ice the other way to their end, they just kind of got down there.
Yeah.
But regardless, even though they weren't moving as fast, the Sting didn't seem to be moving as fast to catch up to them as well. So interesting to see what comes next in the next 20 minutes of hockey, which the second period seems to be the favorite for the Sarnia Sting as far as 60 minutes of hockey goes.
They need to kick it old school and light some fire under these kids' asses and get the job done. You're here to do a job, get it done. Simple.
Well, you know, you say that, and I think most would agree, especially after watching that first period here. Okay, get the job, light the fire under your butt and all that stuff. But how do you do that? As coaching staff, as management, as everybody who's behind supporting this team, how do you get them to do that?
Number one, if the players, in all honesty, it's all on the players right now. Sure, like the coaching staff has their, everybody looks, it's the coaching's fault. Sometimes it's not.
I've never been one for that.
You're giving an itinerary. If you don't follow that itinerary, you're going to miss out on your trip. Same goes with hockey. You got to follow the itinerary of hockey. You got to, the old cliche of Hulk Hogan, eat your vitamins, go to all that stuff.
He wasn't wrong.
You got to practice, and you got to practice hard, and you got to focus when you're at the ice. When you're on the ice, you got to put 100% of your time and effort into the game. Forget about everything else outside of here, and you're here to play hockey. You play hockey. Simple. Tough love.
So we're going to end the broadcast here. We're going to take Danny down to the Sting locker room, and there's the motivational speech that they might be looking for. I don't know.
And if you don't like it, there's a lot of hockey players in Canada that would love to take your spot.
Yeah. Well, we talked about the interview we had with Darian Hatcher last week, and back to that message, do you want to play or not? Just let us know.
Yeah.
You know, and I think when he said just let us know, be recognizing that at practice and, you know, coming back from I almost said the New York Rangers, the Kitchener Rangers, you know, coming back from a loss there as well. So this team is having some hard times with the confidence level. Certainly if you win this game tonight, that helps bring the level back up, but I think they've got a long way to go. It's not just winning this game tonight that's going to help them get their confidence back. I think they need to see their own skills, like you say, gelling out there. And then, you know, like you can go out and play a game and lose, but know that you really played well.
Yeah, yeah.
Just that other team was better than that.
Yeah, that happens, but at the same time, when you're losing against other teams that you are clearly the better team, it's a tough pill to swallow. It really is. Like when you got the talent, the God-given talent, and you don't showcase it, you might be riding the pine for a little bit. I'll tell you right now.
Well, there you go. The fans, you can feel it around here too, because this is a bit of a rivalry. There are Windsor fans here in the house at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena tonight. You can always tell their presence because they're cheering, and they certainly made it known they were here when Windsor came out with that first goal. Mm-hmm. You look at the shots on goal. We talk about this a lot this season with the Sarnia Sting. You know, 7 shots on goal. They haven't really been scoring high in the shots on goal category, if you will. Although, like, when they do win, they're obviously quality goals because the shots on goal are still low. And, you know, I've heard it said, well, the only shots that count are the ones that go in anyway. But don't you got to increase your odds?
Well, the thing is this, when you're stuck in the penalty box and you're on the power play constantly, no wonder Windsor's got 14. Windsor should have a lot more than 14 shots a night.
I think they should too, yeah.
Simple.
I thought I'd see them around 25 right now.
Well, they were on the power play for about 50% of the first period. So, yeah, they should have more shots on net, but not necessarily all quality shots are a goal. You know, you get those lucky bounces here and there, and then those little flukes. You always take a shot. If you have the opportunity, take the shot on net.
There you go. We'll go out to the Facebook comments. Jesse Waterfield's here. Oh, I saw Jesse, if you're still watching, I saw you walk by somewhere, buddy. He said he was going to be here. Going back to our last broadcast, and I apologize for the horrible... It's all my son's fault. He wasn't here. We saw Kelly Shoddy was out there making some comments, you know, saying like if they don't start winning, I'm not going to see the playoffs.
Yep. Dan
Vandenberg was out there suggesting that they should not have gotten rid of Jordan Coy.
Well, it's a business decision on the staff, on the head coach and all the trainers. It's a total group decision on who they let go.
Well,
I would have kept him personally, but you know.
Well, I think the feeling, at least talking to some hockey fans, because the hockey fans are always right.
Oh yeah.
I think the feeling really was that when Jordan Coy was brought onto this team, you know, he's he's a veteran in the league. So was he being brought in to share some experience and leadership? With Ethan Langevin and Ben Gaudreau, and then hey, Mr. Savage, how are you? And then all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
Right. So we thought we knew what they were thinking, but I guess that wasn't the case. Now, and then some said, well, maybe they just brought him in so they could trade him. There's certainly strategy there and all that draft and everything. I don't understand any of it, quite honestly, but you get what you get, and then again, then you come back to this team, and maybe we shouldn't even talk about it. It shouldn't be an excuse, but Jameson Rhys is gone for 6 games or something like that, and of course Jacob Perot now being off. I think it's noticeable that Jacob Perot is not out on that ice tonight.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fact. But it is what it is. You dealt your hand, you play your cards, and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, let's see what kind of cards they're going to play coming out here next. 20 minutes of hockey. And, there's Jesse Waterfield right there. Here, there's and Deanne's out there. Okay, just stand right there. Just stand right there. We're going to get these guys. There you go. There's Jesse. You can wave. And who's this down here? That's Jackson? Wow. You're just like, wow, that's cool. Thanks for being here, guys. There you go. Jesse and Jackson here stopping by to say hello. And, yeah, take care. Nice to have the fan. I like it when the fans stop by and say hello. That's cool. And who else did we see out there? Let's talk to, Deanne. How are you, Deanne? I haven't seen you in a long time. Should grab a coffee. Catch up there. And what else we got there? Corinder's out there, all the way from United Kingdom, watching us here today. Sarnia Sting hockey. So, there you go. All right, so now I got to make sure I do this right because my son's not here to do it. So I got to get everything ready, set to go. All right, so it's 1-0 in favor of Windsor Spitfires. Will the Sarnia Sting come out, and will we see a different Sting in the next 20 minutes of this hockey game here? Hopefully. Follow us along on Twitter as well. David Burrows on Twitter, also posting on Instagram, and of course we'll be updating the scores here on our Facebook page. Thanks for watching, everybody. For the show live on location, once again, I'm David Burrows and my good friend Danny Coccimiglio. We will talk to you soon.